morning, and welcome to Daily Disciplines. You know, we've been talking about the reasons why we procrastinate. You say, yeah, Skip, we know yesterday was kind of a tough day because it required us to look deep inside to find out where do we fit in all of this. And I know that's true. I mean, it is as true for me as it is for you. Because as I have often said, and I don't know how often I've said it on the podcast, but certainly as I travel around the country and around the world and talk with people, I remind them that I cannot teach what I teach without allowing it to affect my life as well, and continue to ask myself the question, Skip, are you living the way you're teaching? Because if you aren't living the way you're teaching, you ought to be teaching. And so I know that yesterday was a particularly difficult day in terms of looking inside. Today is not going to be a whole lot easier, I suspect. And yet it is what daily discipline is all about. Because if we are to become what we are capable of becoming, we need to look at some tough questions from time to time, and these are some of them. Now, as we talk about a number of the reasons why people procrastinate, I think you'll find one or two or maybe five or so that are true of you. It gives you a place to work, a place to focus your attention on changing some habitual ways of thinking so that you can gain control over procrastination in those areas of your life. So let's take a look at a few of them and see where we fit. First one, why do people procrastinate? Because of self-deprecation. Now again, that's a $2 word. But this happens when you continually minimize your own skills and your own abilities and express doubt about your ability to succeed. Whenever we do that kind of thing, we are undoubtedly going to procrastinate at some point in time, and more frequently than we ought. Self-deprecation. What do you say when you talk to yourself? What do you say about yourself when you're talking to other people? What do you think about yourself in the quietness of those moments when no words are being expressed verbally and no one is around to hear them, even if you did express them verbally? What are you saying about you? What do I say about me when nobody is listening? If I put myself down, it is likely that I will be a severe procrastinator. There is also a matter of a low frustration tolerance that causes people to procrastinate. Circumstances overwhelm us easily sometimes. And the more easily we are overwhelmed by circumstances, the more likely it is that we will procrastinate. Because in the frustration of being overwhelmed, we oftentimes just say, well, I can't do any more. I can't handle it. And so we stop trying to handle it. Frustration is characterized by whining and complaining, which is another one of those warning signs about procrastination. Anger and hostility. If we are unhappy with someone, we'll often withhold our best efforts. You say, well, Skip, that doesn't make any sense. Why should we withhold our best efforts for ourselves just because we're mad at somebody else? We're not talking necessarily about what makes sense. We're talking about why people procrastinate, put things off. And that is one of the reasons. Let me just touch one more. It's called perfectionism. Unrealistically high expectations or standards. Everything must go completely right. It may either be imposed by you or imposed by the circumstances or by others. But the perfectionist is long on criticism and short on praise. So those are a few of the reasons why people procrastinate. I don't know whether you found yourself there or not. I did. And so maybe you did too. It gives us an area to work. And if you didn't find one today, I I got one for you tomorrow. So have a great day. We'll talk again soon.